Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a break from the Portulacarias and look at one of my um, umbrella trees or dwarf Schefflera bonsais. This one, I think it's the first time I've shown it on my channel. This one was a trunk fusion project that I experimented with. It's been growing for I don't know how many years. 2 or 3 maybe a little bit more. But what I did, I took, let's see, 1, 2, 3, looks like four separate trees, and wrapped them together with some shrink tape and let them grow like that for a couple years. And the trunks fuse together. Some of the seams are a little tighter than others. Like this one here is pretty tight. These other ones you can still see the seams, but they are fused together. You can't pull them apart. And hopefully over the years these will continue to thicken and just kind of continue to fuse together and eventually look like one big thick trunk. So that's the goal anyway. So today haven't looked at this or even touched it for a few months since the summer. Just kind of letting it grow. It needs a little work, a little maintenance, just to thin out some things. I might do some trunk work or branch work to bend some of these down, but I just wanted to get it out. It's been sitting on the bottom shelf of my plant shelves, so I haven't really been able to keep a close eye on it. So I just wanted to pull it out and see what we've got going on. Clean off some of these leaves that have dropped. Just to keep everything clean. Make sure we don't have any critters down there. Like I mentioned in my couple other videos, this winter I've been battling some aphids pretty good. First year I've really had aphid problems on my indoor trees when I brought them in I let them grow outside in the spring and summer, but bring them in the winter time because it does get too cold for these to stay outside since they're tropical trees. But this year just been really rough on aphids, and I don't know what happened or what it was, but so far I'm not seeing much on this tree. It looks pretty good. So hopefully we won't see any. But I wanted to take it out, get it out from the bottom shelf, and just kind of see what was going on with it, if anything, and probably prune up some of these leaves that are congested and kind of look at it. But as you can tell, it's a little out of balance. Had some dieback here, it looks like. So this side is a little sparse, so hopefully we can do something to remedy that. But everything else looks, other than a few minor leaf drops, which is typical, it looks pretty good. Not as vigorous as they are when they're outside growing, but there are some new leaves growing, which is nice to see. So we'll just kind of dig in here and see what we've got going on. So like I said, we'll just do a light prune just to take some of these longer leaves back. Let more light get into the center of the tree. And if you're not familiar with these grow from the trunk, and they have these long stems out to there. So when you prune these off, just leave a little bit of the stem left, and that'll dry up and just fall off. You don't need to trim them all the way back. I think before we get too much farther, I'm going to try to, since I've already noticed that this is kind of bare in here. And if you look at the sides, this branch is coming down on this side. And I really don't have anything over here. So I think I'm going to try to bend this branch or trunk over here down and towards the front maybe a little bit. And that will just kind of fill in that space and keep, get more of that broom tropical tree look. So let's go ahead and do that first. I'm going to try to bring that down. So I could do it a couple different ways. I could run the wire up through I'm going to use a guy wire. I'm not going to wrap the trunk and then try to bend it over because it would take a lot of wire. This branch is pretty strong. So what I'm going to do is run a guy wire and just pull it down, but I do it a couple different ways. I could run it up through the bottom drain hole and then around the pot and do it that way. Or another way that I do it is just run the wire around the whole pot to start with. So I think we'll do that first. We'll just, first piece will go all the way into the pot. I'll go ahead and tie it off in the back just to, I don't have the big wire knot in the front. But what I'll do, I'll just pull it as tight as I can. And use some pliers, pull, twist, pull and twist. Just keep doing that until it gets really tight. And that's pretty tight there. Maybe one more. There we go. And then we'll bend those down just so they're out of the way, so I don't get a finger stuck on it. And so now that I've done that, I've got this wire that I can use to tie other wires to. So we're going to try to bring that one down. So I'll get another piece of wire here. And it really doesn't matter what the thickness is. This is just what I have the most of. This is probably a 1.5 mil. And there's different ways of doing this. There's no right or wrong way. I'm not too concerned about how it looks at this point. So I'm trying to get enough wire to where I can wrap it around there and then go back underneath this wire down here and up around the wire again. So hopefully that'll make sense once I don't think I did a very good job explaining that, but I think it'll make sense once I actually do it. And then for the wire that's going to be up around the trunk to keep it from biting in, I have this tubing here. So I'll take a small piece off of that. I think that should be enough. So we'll take that. We'll feed the wire through that. Like I said, there's different ways of doing it, but this is just the way that I do it, and it works. So I'll just wrap this up here, get it tight. Actually, I need to, feels like it's going to slide down. It may not once I get the tension and bend it down, but I've got this branch over here that I can maybe use as an anchor. So I'll get it up around that. That way when I pull it down, it won't slide down the trunk. So then just wrap this around. Make sure it's tight. There we go. And then I take this piece and pull it underneath that wire and just pull this branch down. And then bend this wire up around here. Continue pulling it down to get it tight. See how much more I can bend that. That'll come down quite a bit more. There we go. That's good. Yeah, so I think we'll do just like that. And that way it's coming out to the front a little bit and down to the side. So it helps the front profile and the side, kind of filling that empty gap in that was up here. And then once I get it where I want, I mean, it'll stay just like that. But I'll just wrap this around a couple times. I can get rid of some of that length off of it. And just wrap that around to get rid of some of this length on the top one. And just wrap that around just to keep it from coming undone. And that way we've got that branch down, so we can start working on it from there. Then we can continue pruning on it a little bit, taking some of these, let's see, I don't want this branch coming out the front, so we'll just go ahead and get rid of that. Some of these inside branches, these low ones, we'll get rid of those. Another low one back here. Get rid of that. Got kind of this goofy looking, where this branch comes out this way and then it kind of veers back. I think I might try to bend that out a little bit just to give some more width. I could cut it off since it's kind of going the wrong way, but it's just a lot of growth to cut off when I could potentially use it. Because like I'm really going for that, you know, splayed out umbrella dome look. I may even try to bring this branch down over here some just to really open it up and make it a lot wider. And I could even bring this one down too. I don't know. I can bring this down back here just to open it up. I could bring that down. thinking I might wait till the next time to work on those. Just bending this one down helped open up the top so it'll get more light and hopefully grow a little better. Just getting rid of some of these dead stumps that have died off. It's not going to look real pretty after today's session, but it'll be better than it was. That's kind of my motto when I work on these, just slight improvements each time I look at it and touch it. So leave it better than it was. I think I do want to do something with this one though. See, looking at it from this side, I could bring that down. And this one can come down. Looking at the back, I could bring those two down. These will eventually fill in. It'll just help make it a lot wider. So let's go ahead and work on this one up here. I use some of this other wire. I like using I don't like using this real bright copper colored wire on my trees, so I'll use it on the guide wires a lot just to use it up. I ordered it and didn't realize it was going to be this. Thought it was going to be more of a brown color, but it ended up being shiny, and I don't really like that look on the branches of the trees. I should have used it over here instead of the black, but I didn't. Well, so the same thing as I did on the other side. Take it around the entire pot. Twist it a couple times and then take the pliers and pull out and twist, pull out, twist until it gets really tight. You don't want to twist it too tight though, because the wire will break because there's a lot of tension in it. Just cut some of these long pieces off so I don't poke myself. And bend those down out of the way. And then I think we can use that down there. Yep. So I'll get another piece of tubing. Another piece of wire. And just like I did on the other side, I'll run it through the tubing, bend it over. And just make the loop up here and twist and tie it together. And then there, we'll bring that down there. That's probably far enough. We'll just tie that one off. And then we'll bring this one down. Another small piece of tubing. I think I will go all the way up here to the top. Kind of use that intersection of the two branches to hold it so it doesn't slide off. There we go. And then run it under the wire down here like that. And just start pulling it down until you get it where you want it. Actually, I'd want it to come out this way. May put another piece of wire on there to pull it out this way a little bit, but I think for as far as how far down, that'll work. And I may end up getting rid of that branch, but I think for now we'll leave it there and see what kind of growth I can get coming off of these buds here. See how much this fills in, just kind of see what goes on there. But for now we'll leave it down just to get more light on the interior so it'll continue to grow. But as far as the overall shape, actually, I think I might bring this one down too. Another piece of tubing. Just like I did over on the other ones, bend the tubing around the branch, twist this wire to tie it off. Underneath the wire down here, and then bring it, just pull it down to where you want it. And then tie it off. Just twist it around. There we go. I could even eventually pull this one down a little bit just so it's not so straight. I think we'll leave it there for today. I don't see anything else that really absolutely needs pruned off. Like I said, today was more just of an inspection, just to take a look at it since I haven't had it out for a few months. I just wanted to look at it, make sure it was still healthy, and it looks pretty good. But I think we, like I said, a little better than it was before. We widened up the canopy, took off some of the long shoots, and improved it slightly. So I think we'll leave it there for today. I'll give you a quick spin around. There's the front. It's the left side, the back, right side, and back to the front. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.